so confused, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to feed my baby. I'm shaking the bottle like, yo, what is happening? I don't understand what's going on. Next thing we know, the cops, all of them come out to the name. But story time on how I sued a big box store and my lawyer got scared because of how many lawyers they had. So he convinced us to settle outside of court for like change at this point. And I know that if we went to court, y'all, we would have been millionaires. I've seen people to this day still dealing with stuff like this at this very store. And I seen one woman that went through far less and she won $1 million lawsuit and it didn't come close to what they did to us. All right. So I had literally just had my daughter. I had a C-section, was in a lot of pain. I had to go back to the hospital because I busted my stitches from moving too much. So I was in even more pain, y'all. My daughter was a few weeks old. We decided to go to this big box store. It was me, my sister, one of my friends, and my 2 daughters, my newborn, and I had a toddler, a 4-year-old. Okay, so we go to the store. We all did our big grocery shopping, y'all. Like, I did $400 worth of grocery shopping. My friend did $400 worth of grocery shopping, and my sister probably did like $200 worth of grocery shopping. A lot of groceries, y'all. We all in one truck. Keep that in mind. One of the things that I went to the store for was baby formula. My daughter was a newborn, so she was actually still drinking the bottles that are pre-made that you get from the hospital where you just shake it and it's ready. And that was like priority on my list to make sure she had those. Okay. Now, I had already calculated in my mind, by the time we get in the truck, it's going to be time for her to eat. Like, she's going to be hungry. Also, keep in mind, my daughter had colic, y'all. Like, she would cry non-stop to the point where I was going through postpartum depression. Like, it was a time. But I had already calculated by the time we get in the car, I'm gonna go ahead and feed her before she has her fit. Okay, let me back up. My sister also had like a client that was mentally disabled, okay, that she took care of, so she was with us as well. My sister checked out first. Me and my friend ended up going in the same line when it was time for us to check out, mainly because, again, I had just had a baby. She was helping me. Like, we were together. I was in front of her. I was in the front, she was in back of me. So I went through the line first. Everything is cool. I push my cart out the way, and then I wait for my friend, who also put all her stuff on a belt. Like, and mind you, this whole time we talking to the cashier, y'all, like, because we clowns. Like, we go anywhere, we laughing, whatever, making jokes. We talking to the cashier. She let us know that she was new, whatever. Cool. All right, so once she got everything done, we push our carts out. We leave out or whatever, and there's the, the person at the door to check my receipt. I handed him my receipt. We kept going. Again, we all came in the same truck, y'all. We all have a lot of groceries. All of us. We are all standing behind the truck, like, calculating how we gonna put everything in the truck. Not even just fit everything in the truck. I have $400 worth of groceries in 2011. That's a lot of groceries. My friend has $400 worth of groceries, and my sister has like $200 worth of groceries. So it's not even that we're putting all of these groceries in here, but we also have to like organize it to make sure this section is mine, this section is yours, whatever. So we know when we get out, we just all grabbing everything. It took us a minute to do this, y'all. Like, a minute. All right. So then we leave out of the store parking lot and we head home. Mind you, I live like probably 15 minutes from this store. So when we got like, I'll say 10 minutes up the road, we noticed like a whole lot of commotion up ahead. And we like, dang, something is going on. It must be an accident. Like, it was a lot of commotion going on. But not even that. We started noticing like all these state boys, like a slew of like police cars flying up behind us. We like, dang, it's even worse than we thought. So we looking around like, oh yeah, we got to pull over. So we told my sister, I'm telling my sister to like pull over. They trying to get past us. Like, it's a lot of cops coming by. So we pull over. But as we pull over, we realized they stopping with us. Like, bro, they literally swarmed our car, where it was a cop car in front of us, beside us. They were just surrounding us, and we steady like looking like, what in the world is happening? Like, I'm so confused, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to feed my baby. I'm shaking the bottle like, yo, what is happening? I don't understand what's going on. Next thing we know, the cops, all of them, come out and surround us, y'all, with big pew-pews, little pew-pews, like surrounding the car, pointing that is just yelling, and we can't even hear what they're saying.
I just want to say, she is a great storyteller. Like, I'm seeing the visual. I would have been so zoned out and more so embarrassed to be sworn by police officers, because somebody in the cut recording the whole thing and they about to go post about it on Facebook. I don't know if Facebook was around during this time that the situation happened, but hey, that's what they do nowadays.
Yeah, I'm just processing the
They
whole
could have just
thing.
stopped her at the door. Why would you wait until they done packed everything in the vehicle? Like, usually there's police officers outside of stores. But the fact that y'all loaded everything up for a long period of time and then they waited till you literally got on the highway, had enough time to have a swarm. Yeah. This is wild.
And we just know they're yelling. So our hearts are just pounding out of our chest like, what the hell is going on? And we just looking, don't know if we should move. Like, we had no idea what was going on. By this time, my 4-year-old, she's screaming, crying, and I can't even console her because I don't know what's going on. Like, what is happening? I can't move my hands. Like, what is going on? So they ended up telling my sister to unlock the door. She unlocks the door. And they just cussing us out, y'all. When I tell you cussing us out, like off rip, didn't even give us a chance to talk. We don't know what's going on. On the door, they all just point in the car. And we like, what is going on? They're yelling, shut the F up, shut the F up, get out the car, sling us out the car. Y'all, I have a fresh C-section. Sling us out the car. And we are literally like hysterical. Like, what is happening? What are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all have to have the wrong person. Like, I don't understand what's happening. But we get slung on the ground and they're cussing us out. Shut the F up, blah, 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 blah. And we still trying to figure out, like, genuinely what's going on. And they steady acting like we playing stupid. Like, don't play dumb. You know what you did? No, we don't. Like, what is going on? All right, so I'm yelling like, yo, my baby is in there. I have to get in there to my baby. Again, shut the F up, y'all. They was calling us bees, all type of stuff. Like, crazy. All right, so then finally, I don't even know how long it took. They cuffed us and put me and my friend in the same cop car. But then we were sitting there trying to figure out what was happening. Like, yo, what is happening? Like, I don't understand what's going on. And we just talking to each other in the back of this cop car. Like, I don't know what's going on. The cop got mad that we were talking and was telling us to shut up. We did not know what was going on, y'all. And the whole time he thinking we trying to put a story together. There's no story to put together. We don't know what's going on. Y'all just pulled us over, pointing pews at us. Like, what is happening? Slam, like, y'all, the aggression, it was a mess. Finally, we get to, my sister drives her truck back up to the big store or whatever. And the whole time, by this time, we literally just don't know. Like, I'm about to go to jail and I don't even know what I'm going to jail for. Like, I have no idea what is happening. And we just looking back and forth at each other like, yo, what is going on? By the time we get back up to the store, they make my sister park in the front and then they put the police cars in the front. Mind you, this is like 4 police cars still. They make us get out of the car and sit on the curb with handcuffs, y'all. I work. It was people from my church that was coming by looking like, oh, wow.
See, this is why you gotta shop at places where you need a card to get in. Because not everybody gonna see you. You at the local Target and you sitting on the curb and now you seeing people from high school. Like, you thought it couldn't get worse on the highway. Why would they take y'all back to the store and sit on the curb? This has to be public humiliation. I have a feeling that the new clerk up and they was like, nah, they stole it, man. I don't know what happened. The card never got accepted. I think it was the new person. See, that's why you don't talk to employees when they work and let them do their job.
But they doing all of that for a failed transaction?
Whole time I think the transaction went through. So that's...
I'll be mad. I would be mad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm mad when they stop us at the door. Like, you thought I was still out of here?
I would have got mad as soon as they got aggressive. Like, it would have been right then and there. I don't know. I've been irritated from the jump, but that would have really just sent me over the top. Like, bro, what did we talk? Like, what is even happening? And you don't even know what's happening up until this point.
Yeah. But on a serious note, I feel so bad for her because as a woman, when it's just all women in the car and kids, like these you know, people, a lot of jobs or whoever, unfortunately in this situation it was the police, you know, they take authority and they make us feel smaller. Like, it's already a stressful situation. So I couldn't even imagine being in that predicament. I would literally probably would have just froze up. Like, I couldn't even imagine. Baby knowing how to handle it. Remain calm.
Yeah, I've been black for a long time.
I still don't even know what's happening. The cops end up opening my sister's truck and they just start throwing all of our groceries out, like throwing them all over the place to the point where we had like the gallon of oil and he threw the oil so hard that it busted all over the parking lot in front of these people's stores. So we finally like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you looking for? We didn't do anything. Like, we didn't steal. And he was like, y'all stole $400 worth of groceries. And we looking, y'all, we paid with an EBT card. Make it so bad. Why would we steal $400 worth of groceries on EBT day? What are you talking about? How would we steal $400 worth of groceries? Y'all, so the whole time they going through that, and then they was like, matter of fact, one of them got irritated. Like, matter of fact, you get out and you find your receipt. So I'm like, okay. So he took my stuff off, and I went through trying to find my receipt. Mind you, by this time, they got all our bags all over the place. So I'm trying to go through everybody's bags. Some of them ain't even my bags, trying to figure out. Whole time, my daughter is in the car screaming. Like, my daughters are in the car screaming. I have a newborn that I needed to feed, for one. A 4-year-old that is screaming, traumatized. Like, yo, it was crazy. So I'm going through the back trying to find this receipt. And then after a while, I find my receipt. So I handed it to him and kind of tossed it like, yo, what are you talking about? Who's going to steal $400 worth of groceries? How do you steal $400 worth of groceries? We went through the line. All of us literally went through this line. So then he made my friend get up and was like, no, you find your receipt. So she goes through for a while and she can't find her receipt, y'all. Okay, y'all. So part 2. I left off at my...
I be feeling like it's a setup. Because you know how you leave out the checkout? Sometimes they ask you if you want your receipt or if you don't want your receipt. Or they don't care if you got your receipt because nobody's checking your receipt. So some people just get it and just like, discard the receipt. Like, I'll
lose as soon as I get to the car.
Or it could be a situation where maybe they got it sent somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. But it's just like you don't have access to the receipt right then and there. So what do you do?
Hey, now that would have sent me.
It is looking a little suspect though.
That would have sent me the oil that he doing too much. Like, he power tripping for real. Like, groceries is too expensive. I guess back in the day it wasn't.
It ain't never serious. Ain't never
the oil
serious.
Though. And my question is, why did he
slamming everybody? Like,
why did he start with, do y'all have y'all receipt? Like, they went straight to get out the car. Like, y'all have bigger fish to fry.
I just noticed the real police, right? Like, this better not be security. I'm be out tearing security ass up. That'll be crazy. Nah, that is just crazy to me.
I agree with it.
I get it serious. It's a little serious crime, but damn, like how much is the groceries? How much is the raw grocery really? You know how much you're selling shortage. It for, but how much? Right.
The eggs are out of stock.
Imagine being body slammed for some clone meat.
Like remember when they was running out of toilet paper? This must have been one of them days.
And they got a massive recall right now. Imagine half was probably in that bag. They gonna slam you on the ground. You should be able to body slam their ass for selling us shit. I'm sorry. I gotta work on my cursing. I've been trying.
Friend was now trying to find her receipt. I found mine's. Initially, the first receipt I came across, and mind you, like I said, they had threw all of our groceries all over the place. So even trying to find a receipt was crazy. But the first receipt I came across was my sister's, so she was in the clear. And then I finally found mine. And now my friend, it was her turn to find her receipt, and she was having trouble. She could not find her receipt, right? So the cops was like, well, you come with us. And they took her back in the store, but then put me back in the police car. And one of the officers came to me, like, after a few minutes. I was just sitting there for a while, and then he came to me and was like, well, she's in there confessing everything, so you might as well go ahead and tell your side of the story. And I'm irritated because, bro, what are you talking about? Once I finally realized why they were doing all this, like, y'all, the anger was at an all-time high because y'all got me messed up. This whole time, I'm thinking, bro, I was not expecting y'all to say that we stole $400 worth of groceries. Like, what? So he's sitting there in my ear. He's sitting there and telling me, it was like two of them trying to play good cop, bad cop. Like, she's already saying everything. Do you think she's not going to throw you under the bus? And then they go to my oldest sister. My oldest sister is not street smart, y'all. Like, she's not street smart. So they go into her, and I'm seeing her get hysterical in this car. Like, what? What, girl? What? You know we didn't steal. Like, I'm watching her get all hysterical. Like, what? What happened? How did I miss this? Like, y'all, I was so irritated.
You know who not to go on a drill with. Imagine confessing to something that wasn't even true. Hey, I would be so livid if this was my friend, my sibling. Like, you are disowned after this one. Don't go with me nowhere. I would have been. How you confess you ain't even do? Like, how did they? Have you not seen any movies. How did they trick you? They didn't even offer you a meal yet, and you just like, what's going on?
That's the one confessing. Like, that's crazy.
I really hope your friend did steal, but I'm rooting for y'all so far.
At this point, did y'all?
What you mean you can't find it? Hold on. But not your sibling or whoever was talking about, how could I miss this? You know when you just don't know who you kicking it with no more, talking about, how could I not see the sign?
It's the fact that they all went to the grocery store together. Like, everybody ring it out separately? I'm confused. Why is there so many damn receipts? My
whole thing is, I want to from the very jump, because why did we all decide to go to the store knowing we got to put these groceries in the car?
We just linked up at the grocery store. Hey, that's what's up, dog. You know what I'm saying?
We get mad when we accidentally bring the smaller car to the grocery store, and it's just us.
Damn. I get it, dog. I get it. It's just you just don't hear it like meetups like that. That's
I know one of them probably said, "Girl, I don't think we should take the same car."
Irritated how they was trying to play it like, yo, you sound so dumb. Why would we steal $400 worth of groceries going through the line? Like, what sense does that make? So the whole time, mind you, my friend is in there for a while. I was eventually able to call my kid's father, and I was letting him know, like, yo, they have us at work. I had called him earlier, but he was out on his bike. So I'm like, dang, he's not even going to see it until he stops, whatever. But eventually I heard like the motorcycles coming up. I'm like, all right, so my baby dad is here. He finally gets my daughter to feed her, whatever. But they going off on officers like, yo, what are y'all talking? Like, they just going off on officers, right? Eventually the officers told them like they have to back up because you in the way, you got to go. A couple of the officers that had escorted my friend into the store came out and was like, she paid for her stuff. And we like, duh, dummy, we've been told y'all we pay for our stuff. How do we steal $400 worth of groceries going through a line? Like, what sense does that make? And the man stopped us at the door to look at our receipts. It took us all of 15 minutes to load this stuff in the car. So if there was an issue, why wouldn't somebody come out and tell us like, hey, whatever? Long story short, y'all, the cashier, now remember I told you the cashier, as we was just chopping it up with her in the line, she told us she was new. Okay, the cashier, when we walked out of the line, like when she rung up my friend's last item, she started to ring up the next person's stuff, and we was like, hey, no, that our stop right here. And she was like, okay, right? And then we went on and checked out. Okay, so clearly she thought the transaction was done, but some kind of way she ended up hitting the wrong button or whatever. So she went to check out the person behind my friend. She realized that all of the transaction from my friend was still on that same receipt. So now she had to make up for $400 still being on that receipt because she didn't check out properly. So instead of her saying, yo, I messed up, I didn't check out the first person properly.
Now, wait. Did your friend have a receipt and pay for it or not? Because you just said it didn't happen properly. Hold on now.
Technically, hold on. Hear it through, though. She technically ain't though. You inaccurately wrong up.
No. But she said she found a receipt.
Now, who in their right mind gonna turn around and be like, hey, you inaccurately rung us up? I'm getting the hell to the car as fast as possible. Because I'm thinking, listen, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be some problems. Like, there's certain things that's going to send me to jail, probably, possibly. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely, if a bank ever send me some money by accident, if I ever get some free food by accident, I'm not, man, what?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though.
I come from the church.
I ain't gonna lie though. Shit. Sometimes
you're gonna get it. You know
when you accidentally forget.
That was God.
Accidentally forget to scan something.
That was God.
But $400 worth. Nah, that
was God to me. Shit. I feel like, why would I turn in my blessing? Like, you just you gonna turn around and come back in there. I mean, now I guess. I'm just saying, you rung me out wrong. You rung me out wrong. I ain't gonna lie. There's been times they missed a couple items. I ain't say nothing.
But $400.
I don't care.
And that wouldn't even sat with me, right? I ain't gonna.
You didn't ring out $400. I did not walk out with $500. It was bad.
If anybody knew that
shit was bad.
If anybody knew that a scan didn't go through, nobody's walking to the car. They run into the car.
How do don't go through that massively? Like, you telling me you rung out $400 worth of groceries and it did not go through. So how did you get to the next ticket?
How did you get the receipt is what I'm saying. Let's see if they even got the receipt.
I'm on her side.
She just got the receipt. She said she just... Now you saying there was no transaction. So let's listen.
Damn.
She called her manager and said we stole it. Okay? So even still, the officer comes outside and explaining all this to me, and I'm just boiling. Like, I am so heated. Like, I'm seeing red by this point. Like, yo, it's so many ways y'all could have went about this. Like, I'm fussing about the cashier, but then at the same time, like, what did they say to y'all for y'all to come pointing y'all pews at us? Like, did they say we had weapons? Like, what was the point in y'all being so aggressive? Like, I'm going off. Like, that still doesn't make sense. Like, yo, as soon as I get out this car, y'all might as well stay here, because when I get back in this store, I'm telling you, they gonna need you for real. But what would be the point of y'all doing all that? Like, why did y'all do all that? One of the cops came and he was like, yo, we were well within our rights for what we did. We're allowed to use our weapons when it's a felony. He was like, because it was over $400 worth of merchandise, that's considered a felony, which would mean we are allowed to pull our weapons. And
goddamn. Well, there you go, family. Yeah, if you commit any crime over $400, you might by the police.
You shouldn't be committing any crime anyway.
I'm just saying, if this was that shit, I could around and got off this shit. If you telling me, listen to me. I'm not perfect.
You can't accidentally steal no 400 items.
This ain't no thieves though. I'm not no thief. This ain't no stuff.
Nah, bro.
You didn't say, hey, stop. She didn't say, hey, stop or nothing. Now, we don't know. Maybe she did tell them to stop and they just kept walking out the door. That's when I would have turned around. You know, I was like, all right, you know, you got me. But if you telling me I successfully made it all the way out to the door to my car, put it in the car.
Nah, man. I don't know nobody.
Why would I stop there?
I don't know nobody that's
I'll be back tomorrow. They get my 400 tomorrow.
Items slowly out the door. They run it.
I'm just saying.
And then you say it took you a minute to put it in the car.
I'm just saying, they would have got that $400 another day from me. Like, I would have been here in a couple more few days.
I really hope your friend really did pay for them groceries, because this is exactly why I ain't got friends to this day. Especially if they ain't even told me they stole. So damn, I'm just an accomplice. I'm an accomplice by association, literally.
They said they can pull out weapons for felony charges.
I would be so mad.
Is that even a felony though? Like, how is this stealing as a felony? I thought it was a misdemeanor. Like, stop playing with me. That's a felony? I mean, I'm not going to steal no time soon, but that's a felony is kind of stretching it to me. I don't know. What kind of felony is this? You know, a felony is anything over 12 months. So what am I getting, 11 months?
And then what makes it worse? No. And then what makes it worse is she said they pay with an EBT card. So this is already government funded. You feel me? And you that is already paid for. But we just going to take it. Like, we just...
Now, if
that's just being greedy. That's just being greedy.
No, they didn't go in there to steal though.
But they didn't go to steal, but they knew they knew they didn't get the receipt.
I'm just saying.
And then rumbling and tussling said, I can't find the receipt. I would have knew, right? I see why your sister was about to give in, because she knew. You trying to play like your sister.
I just feel like to make this situation make more sense, she should have just turned around as soon as she was caught. As soon as they said like, hey, I didn't ring you out, you should have came back. That's like somebody noticing you ain't paid for your tab and you be like, too late, and it's around the door. You still stealing. But I'm saying, like, if you make it out the door, I'm thinking you just innocently walk to the car. No stop. Nobody told you nothing. I'm assuming she's telling us 100% the truth. I know this is foolish of me, but I'm just saying.
Believe that they didn't notice.
She could be telling the truth.
Right, the truth. Right, that she didn't notice. But that she didn't receive the receipt and that the transaction didn't go through.
No, I think she did, right? I think she did notice that. It's just that if you not going to say nothing, I'm going to go about my day. But I feel like once she said, hey, if she said something to them to turn around, she should have turned around.
You know,
but if you don't say nothing, I'm thinking this is God. Like, the OG, they're going to get my 400 another day anyway.
The only reason why I cannot agree with this is, one, your sister was on the job. She got a child with her. Two, you got a child with you. So did y'all just, like, I really hope that the transaction did go through.
Shit, that's the case, ain't it?
They said she found a receipt, and then they said she paid for it, then they said it never went through, so I'm kind of lost, but let me know down below.
Nah, this crazy. Hold on.
Even still, I don't... Why? Like, for what? Did you think you was pulling over Cleo and Frankie and them from Set It Off? Like, bro, how did they describe us for you to do all that? That was just... Y'all, I was so hot. I'm sitting there like going off, y'all. Like once I realized how much they had us messed up, I'm going off in this car. Like, bro. Okay, so then one of the officers come as I'm still going off. Like, y'all are bogus. Like, y'all, it was no reason for y'all to do all that. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just going off. One of the officers slid beside me by the window and was like, you really need to file. He said, you need to get in touch with the lawyer. He was like, but it's not us. He kept saying that like it's not us, but for them, we did everything that we were supposed to do and we were allowed to do. So it's nothing you can basically say about us. But for them, they wasted our time and they put y'all in this situation. So they was just throwing the big store under the bus. Like all of them throwing it under the bus. He was recommending lawyers, y'all. But, then my friend came out and I'm like, so what did they do? She was like, she just ran my card again. What? First of all, y'all done destroyed all of our groceries, y'all. By this time, we've been out here for over an hour. Y'all destroyed all of our groceries. And the resolve is you running her card again. Like, y'all, I am going off. So, mind you, the cops is going off at this point, too. I'm not even gonna lie. They was going off. Off. Like, I don't know what they had called and told them, but the cops was irritated. Like, yo, y'all really made us do all this. Nobody made you do that, for one. But, by the time they let us go, like, I was able to get out. I asked for the police report, whatever, let me go. And y'all, when I tell you, my baby dad had to chase me down. I'm looking for this woman, y'all, to the point where I'm going everywhere, every section of the store, like, yo, where is she at? Because what was the point in you doing that? It's so many ways. We were literally put.
How about in the back where the staff goes? Why would you be running in the aisles?
Yeah, she's trying to catch a real felony.
Why would you think she will be waiting in the aisles, hiding by the cereal?
So
she's in the back where employees go only.
Like, yeah.
And your friend knew her car wasn't ran. I'm sorry to tell you. I know you want to ride for your friend, but this is one of them stories y'all don't tell. You can't go on a drill, not know it was a drill, then get caught in the drill, and then expose it. Like, that's not really players.
I think this was planned out. The girl made a mistake.
Because now you just exposed your friend. I know you ain't do nothing wrong, and you just got caught in the crossfire. I wouldn't go to the store with your friend no more.
Why? We gonna get into this behind the scenes. What the hell?
Putting them groceries in our car for all of 15, 20 minutes. Why wouldn't you just say, hey, can you go grab them? Somebody, I didn't do something right, but you said we stole $400 worth of groceries. Like, girl, honey, I went to the customer service. I was cussing them out. What are y'all gonna do about our groceries? And mind you, everybody was just tight-lipped, which I didn't realize afterwards they couldn't say sorry or anything because that would be like saying they did something wrong. So nobody was saying nothing. Like, just, do you want us to replace your oil? Girl, you're gonna have to replace your teeth at this point. Like, what are we talking about? So I'm going around the store trying to find the employee, because yo, I'm telling you, I was ready to drag her, turn her every which way but loose in that store. Then one of the messy employees was like, yo, she in the break room. So I'm running to the break room. My baby dad chased me like, yo, Niecy, you don't want to do this. But I told the cops ahead of time, like, yo, y'all might as well stay here. It's about to get ugly. I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly. But anyway, we ended up calling a lawyer. And mind you, the lawyer straight off top was like, hey, we're not going to go after the police department. But then we later figured out that they be playing golf and stuff together. So that was never on his radar in the beginning anyway. But once they started to mind you, it took like 3 years to settle, y'all. 3 years back and forth with these people. And the lawyer kept every time he would talk to another lawyer that was on, dang, did I say the name? Every time he would talk to another lawyer on their defense side, he would realize, he kept coming to us like, yo, they got so many lawyers. I feel like any way that we go, they got a lot of lawyers, blah, 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 blah. Like, yo, what do you mean? We didn't do anything wrong. They kept us up there like criminals, pointed pew-pews. My daughter, every time she seen police lights, y'all, it didn't even have to be police lights. Anytime she seen blue and red lights, y'all, she would go into a panic attack. So she's now in counseling because she has anxiety terrible with just lights. Now she had in her mind, like, it doesn't matter if you don't do nothing wrong. Like, at any point, they can just come and take you. Like, that's what she said to her therapist. Like, y'all, when I tell you, it was a mess. And they ended up settling. My lawyer pushed us to settle out of court, y'all, for less than $7,000 a piece. So I signed the NDA.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, nothing can pay for what your kid is experiencing, though. That is super tragic. We already have we already have the impression that all police are crooked, and they definitely overdid it. they took it to hell. They did the most over some groceries.
I mean, when you think about the profile of like just characteristics of somebody who will steal, they probably are dangerous in a sense. They got to kind of come with a little aggression. But I don't think. Do you think he's like really slammed them on the ground?
Definitely.
Like face first into the ground? Her? The women?
People are aggressive when they don't think they're gonna get, when they know they have the right to do so, in a sense.
I would have been showing proof. If I got slammed, you got to have some bruises or something. You know what I mean? He probably was he set him on the curb and made him sit down. You know, I think it was more humiliation out of it than anything. But what was so crazy? I mean, if I'm opening up a car, you don't know who in the damn car. You got to be realistic at times. Like, you know, I'm not fucking shit that they be doing ever, but it's like, if I got a call, I'm the police, and they said somebody was stealing, I'm doing it. You do this job all the time. Most time people stealing, they just weaponless, you know? So you just getting half truths until you know the real truth, but you gotta. But yeah, I feel like once they realized it was women, they probably did put the weapon up. You know, I don't think it was like crazy. She said it was crazy.
Yeah, she said they still had it drawn.
But she also said everybody had a receipt.
Good
she also said they all had a receipt too.
I ain't gonna lie, some missing pieces in this story. You said you were stopped at the door. Usually they check your receipt at the door, but now you're saying it wasn't no receipt. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know, it was definitely wrong for what they did to you.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of this was intentional. I know some of us probably got a pass leaving with a couple water jugs underneath the car and not paying for it. So I'm no one to judge.
And that was an accident. But I'm not going back to the store and be like, hey, I forgot to pay for this. Like, I'm already in my car. There's been times I left food in the store.
Basically,
and nobody called me and said, hey, sir, you forgot your food that you paid for here. I done left food plenty of times.
I'm not going to lie. The advice I can give you is stop going to that store. Don't go there no more. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah. What are y'all thoughts on this story time at the end of the day? If y'all interested in following this storyteller, y'all already know what to do. Check out the description box below. And also, if you want to submit stories, you can go to messystories.com/submit, where you can submit stories now. And you can upload videos now. So upload the videos. A lot of y'all do a lot of text stories, but let's get some video stories in there. We'll see you in the next story time. Peace.